Students, today again we are going to continue with biology chapter number 4, molecular basis of inheritance. In our last lecture we have covered the topic experimental confirmation of semi-conservative replication by Messelson and Stahl. Today we are going to study about the topic protein synthesis. Okay. Now when I say protein synthesis, this is very important topic and it is a very big topic. So we are going to study this in 2 lectures. Okay. So starting with the protein synthesis, let us know what are proteins. Proteins are very important biomolecules. Okay. So there are many important biomolecules. We have already studied the chapter biomolecules in our 11th standard, which consist of carbohydrates, proteins, okay, fats, nucleic acids. So we have studied this in detail about the proteins. Okay, proteins serve as structural component, enzymes and hormones. They play the role of enzymes as well as hormones. Proteins are synthesized every time by the cells. That means the cell needs to synthesize, cell needs to prepare new protein molecules. Okay. The process of protein synthesis includes 2 things, that is transcription and translation. We are going to study this in very much detail. How does the transcription takes place? How does translation occurs? So, before studying transcription, translation, let us move on to the central dogma of molecular biology. That means we can also say central dogma of protein synthesis. This is very important topic as per the exam point of view, because every year one or the other question related to central dogma is asked in the paper. Okay, so the definition of central dogma is the unidirectional flow of information from DNA to mRNA to proteins is referred as central dogma of protein synthesis. When I say unidirectional flow, that means one-way flow of information from DNA to mRNA and from mRNA to proteins is referred as central dogma of protein synthesis. When the information flows from DNA to mRNA and from mRNA to protein, it cannot be reversed back, and this process is called as central dogma. This process of central dogma of protein synthesis was discovered by Crick in the year 1958. This is the same Crick who have discovered the structure of DNA, then semi-conservative model of replication of DNA. The same Crick, Francis Crick, have discovered the central dogma of protein synthesis. Now, let us see the central dogma in a diagrammatic way. Genetic information from DNA is copied to RNA. This process is called as transcription. And from RNA, that is mRNA, the genetic information, genetic codes are moving to protein, leads to formation of protein molecule. This is called as translation. Okay, so I repeat, genetic information, that is one-way flow of information, unidirectional flow of information from DNA to RNA and from RNA to proteins is called as central dogma of protein synthesis. Next, we are going to study about reverse transcription. There is very much confusion between transcription and reverse transcription. Let us know that there is a vast difference in transcription and reverse transcription. If genetic information is copied from DNA to RNA, then it is called as transcription, and this process takes place with the help of enzyme RNA polymerase. At the same time, when the genetic information is copied from RNA to DNA, that is called as reverse transcription. and this process takes place with the help of enzyme DNA polymerase. Okay, so there is a difference between transcription and translation. See here, from DNA to RNA, transcription. From RNA back to DNA, reverse transcription. So don't be in a confusion. Both the processes are different, and the enzyme used for both the processes are also different, and the scientist is also different. The transcription process was discovered by Crick, and reverse transcription process was discovered by Temin and Baltimore in the year 1970. Okay, Temin and Baltimore discovered the process of reverse transcription in the year 1970. And next we are going to study about the topic transcription in detail. As I have discussed, transcription means the genetic information is copied from DNA to RNA with the help of enzyme RNA polymerase. We are going to study this topic in detail. Okay, transcription definition as per the textbook is: genetic information is copied from DNA to RNA in the presence of enzyme RNA polymerase. Okay, it occurs in nucleus. This process of transcription occurs in nucleus during the G1 and G2 phases, okay, of cell cycle. Transcription process consists of transcription unit. Okay, transcription process consists of transcription unit. Now, what do you mean by transcription unit? Okay, transcription unit, the definition for transcription unit is: each transcribed segment of DNA is called transcription unit. That means the DNA segment which is going to do the process of transcription is called as transcription unit. Okay, it consists of three things, that is promoter, structural gene and terminator. Okay, I repeat, promoter, structural gene and terminator. What do you mean by promoter? Promoter is located at 5' end. Where it is located? Promoter is located at 5' end. Okay, this is the 5' end of DNA, and promoter is located at 5' end. And this from 5' end is also called as upstream. Okay, 5' end is also called as upstream. And this promoter provides the binding site to the enzyme RNA polymerase. Promoter provides binding site to the enzyme RNA polymerase. The enzyme recognizes the promoter by its sigma factor subunit. Next transcription unit is structural gene. Okay, next transcription unit is structural gene. When I say structural gene, the two strands of DNA have opposite polarity. The two strands of DNA have opposite polarity. Polarity means direction. Okay, the two strands of DNA have two opposite direction. One strand runs in 5' to 3' direction, whereas the other strand runs in 3' to 5' direction. Okay, the strand having 3' to 5' direction is 5' polarity, act as a template strand, and this strand is also known as antisense strand. On the other strand, on the other side, the strand that runs in 5' to 3' direction or 5' to 3' polarity is called complementary strand. The other name for complementary strand is coding strand or sense strand. This coding strand or sense strand is going to participate in the process of transcription, but the template strand, that is 3' to 5' direction strand, is not going to participate in the process of transcription. Okay. Now, RNA polymerase catalyzes the polymerization in 5' to 3' direction. Next is terminator. When I say terminator, it is located at 3' end, okay, of the coding strand, and it is called as downstream. This terminator terminates the process of transcription. Okay, terminator terminates the process of transcription. Promoter starts the process of transcription. Terminator terminates the process of transcription, and in between the structural gene is present, which is the actual transcribed unit. Okay. Next is the steps of transcription. Transcription process is catalyzed by RNA polymerase. Okay, and it takes place in 3 steps, that is initiation, elongation and termination. These 3 steps we are going to study in detail in our next lecture. Thank you.